we going today, Georgia?
I don't know. It's also a surprise for me. Because in 2 days, it'll be my birthday. So we're doing this a bit early because we can't do it on my actual birthday. But I don't know where we're going.
Well, we're just driving on the motorway forever.
Oh, that's great then. Great. Doesn't need pit stops.
Hey, Will.
Hi guys.
Hi!
Hey.
So
Georgia, what did we do for your birthday?
we went Chessington
Right.
Park.
No.
World
World of Adventures.
Do you want to start that
Chessington
again?
World of Adventures.
3, 2, 1. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi!
So where did we go for your birthday, Georgia?
Chessington theme park.
No.
I'll just say that.
What's wrong with
We'll
World of
go with that,
Adventures?
yeah.
Those are
We'll
key
go with
games.
We didn't film much because you tried filming in a theme park. Unless you've got a GoPro strapped to your head, it's just not happening. So we thought we'd do a hots and knots, and we got photos and stuff that I can pull up. Well, should we start with hot or not?
Not.
Each do a hot.
A hot.
It was very hot.
It was very hot, but that's a
good
not.
thing. Let's let Georgia start.
The Gruffalo ride. You saw the Gruffalo and everything. He tells you the story, and you spin around and like this little boat thing, and you can see all the like the pictures and the figures. It's just beautiful, and the music's really, really nice.
I enjoyed the fact that it was really quiet
Yeah, we went on and
because
off.
we went on an off day in the school term, so it was really quiet and there was like no waiting for anything, so it was good.
That was pretty good.
I liked getting wet lots of times. Yeah, it was very hot, so the few water rides there weren't many.
Phew, there was like one.
Oh,
There was supposed to be
there was
three.
supposed to be 3, but one you couldn't go on, and the other one,
was closed.
yeah. I got soaked, and it was so
You
fun.
did get soaked. I don't know if I got a picture of you or not.
Came
If
off,
I have
it was like I had
Turn up
to
somewhere.
shower.
The Dodgems. Because they were free, they were like included, and we went on, and I went on with Georgia because I can't go on by myself, and the boys went on separate ones and basically tried to beat one another up.
You kidding?
I
tried to
got
beat him up.
bullied
Yeah,
now.
he was useless.
My just it wouldn't seem to go when I wanted.
Georgia was a brilliant driver. Basically, she said she was going to drive all the way around the outside, and the rare occasions we hit anyone, she would just stop altogether and go, "I'm so sorry."
She did
Wetting
not get the
myself.
point of Dodgems.
No, it was quite funny. Should we do a knot now?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go for the nuts.
Our sunrise, my knot is how sunrise were not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just like closed because it was off peak, but I noticed if you were like closed for maintenance and stuff.
Yeah.
I think my note would be that it's sort of in a way too kid friendly. There was no adult rides, so to speak. There was a few that were getting there.
Thrill ride.
But
Well, yeah, it's advertised that it suits everyone,
yeah,
and it was a
it
bit
doesn't.
too.
I mean, comparing it to Alton Towers for ride, it didn't compete.
There was one attraction we were all looking forward to going in, and we couldn't go in because apparently it was just for kids, which kind of sucked. So Georgia and Will could go on the Gruffalo ride, but we couldn't go in their haunted hall, whatever it was called, because it was just for kids.
But
Which
their fast ride wasn't fast.
My nuts, and I'll preface this with, I loved seeing the animals. There was animals all over, loved it, but their cages and areas looked tiny.
enclosures, yeah.
They just didn't look like there was enough room for the animals, and they were so close to loud rides and people screaming and shouting. I can't imagine the animals were very happy in that environment.
No, the penguins and monkeys that were away from the rides, because they were quite a walk away, I think were better off, and they had better
But the
enclosures.
tiger enclosure weaved in and out of a thrill ride.
Uh-huh.
And when we saw the tigers eventually, they didn't look to be very happy, and as much as I enjoyed seeing the animals, I worried about them at the same time, and that's not the reaction you want from
No, it's
someone
not like
going
when you go
a
to
theme
West
park
Midlands
zoo.
or Chester or something where they've got humongous open spaces and you're the one that's enclosed, not them. You know?
Yeah, and then like off the Secretariat, it's the theme park ride bit.
Yeah. It's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in the aquarium was okay. They were all right. Like I said, the monkeys and
The aquarium was great.
capybara and penguins were quite a way away from.
But yeah,
the
again,
main
in
park.
very small enclosures.
Yeah. I think mine not. I was going to mention the animals, but mine would probably be the lack of shady areas and stuff because it was super hot and they can't control the weather. There was very few
limited
places to
seating,
sit.
unless you were buying food, which
Yeah,
is stupidly
and-
expensive.
Yeah, the prices and that, even just for bottles of water, was ridiculous. I mean, we brought water and stuff with us, but we weren't expecting it to be quite that hot because the weather had said it was going to be cloudy and stuff and
The
quite
thing is,
low.
there was a lack of a lot of things. There was nowhere to get fresh water other than going into a shop and asking
And then they gave you attitude.
and getting attitude from the people in the restaurants.
There was a few school trips there, and while I was waiting for you guys on one ride, the kids were complaining that they couldn't fill up their water bottles. And like one of the attendant staff turned around and said, "Oh, you could just buy a fizzy drink," and it's like, well, the teacher said, "Well, they don't have the money and they want to fill up their water bottles, you know."
Now,
So
it seems like we're being really harsh on the place, and we kind of are because there were a lot of problems, but we did all have fun.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
it was a
lovely,
nice day.
lovely day out, and I say it's more centered for kids. If you're taking your 3-5-year-old kids, great, you have a lot of fun.
And if you have a lot of money to go to restaurants instead of begging for water.
Yeah.
But if you're going as adults, it just doesn't compete with other theme parks in.
Adults can see the flaws that kids cannot.
yeah, there was a lot of miserable adults when we went. There was a feature, we heard that there was going to be lockers, so we got really excited, and then when we finally found some, because there weren't many,
£5 for an hour.
yeah, hence why we didn't in the end. So we ended up having to carry like food bag and stuff around with us all day. Can we went to favourite ride?
Yeah, let's go for favourite ride.
Okay,
I've got two.
that's fine.
The Gruffalo and the... Oh, what was it called? The backup one where you're sitting and spinning around.
Well, the really horrible when.
The snake one.
Yeah,
Beginning.
the snake one. I like that one.
Oh right,
It's the only one I've got any footage
the one
of.
with the Mulan theme tune in the back, the dragon one. Yeah. It'd have to be the vampire one because it's the only one that came close to being an actual ride. But yeah.
Mine would be one at every theme park in the country that I've been to. The tree swing, which is a spinny thing with swings coming off it and it goes up and spins really fast. The reason why I've put this as my
That was a
favourite
good
is
one,
because it's the first one I've been on that shoots jets of water at you while
Yeah,
you're
it
swinging
did look
around.
like you guys were having fun.
And as I said, I got soaked and I enjoyed it.
I think, like Georgia, I've got two. The first one was the Runaway Mine Train, which I've not been on before. It had a different name, but it's basically the Runaway Mine Train. And it was quite fun. My only issue was it did shoot water, but it barely hit anybody.
We were very excited for the water because we were really hot, and it was literally like someone had stepped on a hose and turned the water. It was like
Yeah, me and
Dribbled
Georgia got like a
out.
tiny bit on our shoulders, and we were like. And the other one was the Tiger Ride, which I will talk about the second half of the Tiger Ride in a minute when I ask the other question. But the first half of the Tiger Ride I actually really liked because it wasn't so, like it looked like a normal log flume to me, and I was quite glad I went on it. Least favourite ride.
god awful clanky one where you smack your hip into it every 5 seconds.
Is that rickety
Yeah.
Wild West one?
Horrible. It hurts.
The one that I
so
said,
much.
oh, I don't want to wait 20 minutes
It
in
said-
the queue, I'll go way over
It
here.
said on the thing, warning this ride jerks.
It was a jerk.
That was a tremendous understatement.
Georgia,
None.
you loved every ride. Fair
My
enough.
least favourite is Will's favourite, the vampire, because it was just so underwhelming. I mean, let alone that the Speak Over Tannoy kept saying the word Slayers and there was no Buffy the Vampire Slayer theming. But the walkthrough was like my first Haunted Hollow. It was just very basic, very boring.
You
Tombstone.
kept stopping and reading the tombstones.
Well, yeah, because there was nothing to do.
I was like, come on.
Yeah, so the walkthrough was rubbish, and then the ride itself, I expected some kind of twist, like a 13 where it drops, or just something to make the ride more interesting than just a straight roller coaster that's called Vampire and has got a Halloween themed walk up. It underwhelmed me entirely.
Mine was the tiger ride, because I didn't like the drop at the end, which none of us realised about. I mean, I went on it twice, which I'm quite proud of myself, because the second time my need for cooling down outweighed my fear of heights.
I have got a question to ask you guys.
Okay.
The best pose that you did on the tiger.
I just dabbed on all of them. So.
Yeah, we just...
I didn't pose, did I?
Oh,
Izzy
okay.
was holding on to me while I had my eyes closed. The pictures you get on the rides, which one was your favourite and least favourite? I know Izzy's favourite was the one where he was pulling a cool pose, but design around it was probably, it just blocked his face and body out.
Yeah.
Mine was the sun pose. I just kept doing that on
Is
everything.
that your favourite or least favourite?
That was my least favourite. The dab was my favourite because me and you went on the Gruffalo. It's like, right, the camera's here, dab. And I went, which way? He went that way, now.
I said right, and then I got a smack in the face because...
I think mine was the lasery game.
That was
Yeah.
fun. I want to change my favourite ride to that one.
I liked that one, although it took me until about 3/4 of the way through to realise I hadn't been getting any points because I'd been shooting the back of Will's head instead of like...
I kicked ass on that.
I know, I want to talk about that ride. I've never been on a ride like that before. The cart moves to direction that you need to be on. It's like you just go straight
There's a
forward.
guy behind us getting very infuriated that I was getting all the spots.
Favourite fun pick? Backpack.
The backpack was good.
I think that is a great one. I think
Yeah.
that's a joint. Everyone liked that. You couldn't do that one though, could
Not too
you?
tall. I'd have to.
Yeah, unfortunately.
squat
Me and Georgia fit perfectly, and Izzy had to like slouch slightly. So Will knew he wouldn't
I'd
get
have
on
to do
it.
a full-on
unfortunately.
squat. So, I think in general, the whole experience was good. It was a really nice place. It was good fun. However, it was very much too kid friendly.
It didn't
Shall
feel
we
worth
end
the
on
price,
a
though.
little detail you loved?
Yes.
The coin dragon.
That was cute.
That was cute,
very
yes.
good. Yeah.
I don't know if I think I've got pictures, but I don't think I've got footage of that.
The Gruffalo show.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
know we were going to catch that, and the three of us were just sat there while somebody danced her way to it.
I quite liked the. It was, I don't know why, but the little sort of hide and seek game in the aquarium.
Finding the snails. Yeah, that was fun.
quite good.
Mine's actually in the aquarium too. It was a nice, like, obviously it was dark and it was cooler, but there was this little touch tank, and unlike in Finding Dory, where it's like Armageddon and all the fish are terrified, there was a guy there who was telling me how to do it carefully, and I got to touch a starfish, which was really like rough and bumpy, and the guy showed Izzy how to put his hand just on the edge of the tank, and this little like cleaner fish, just like Jacques in Finding Nemo, went over his hands, and it just looked so cute. And seeing all the different like underwater animals was amazing. So yeah, I'd have to say the aquarium was my favourite little detail.
We're going to call this out because otherwise
Yeah.
this talking about it is going to be twice as long as our footage of it.
Well, it probably already is.
Yeah.
So ready?
Bye.
Bye.